So we're home from Origins 2017, but we had so much fun and we wanted to share that with you today.
We got to be part of the demo team for Czech Games Edition all week, and that was a blast, teaching those games to people. We got to meet some very interesting people and play some interesting games.
In the video that you're going to be watching, we're going to be talking with some of those really awesome people, asking them what kind of games are up and coming, which ones are really popular, and we do have a couple of fun special guests towards the end of the video, so stay tuned right to the end.
Had a blast at Origins, looking to repeat again next year, and enjoy the video.
And we're live. Hi everyone, I'm Stephane, the games teacher from To Die For Games, and I'm here with Sen-Foong Lim.
Hi, how you doing?
Sen-Foong Lim has designed some popular games like
Belfort, Pain of Thought, Junkard, After Teary, lots of other stuff too.
So today, Sen is volunteering at the Lion Rampant booth. Lion Rampant is a distributor in Canada. Do they distribute North America wide or only
Yeah, they distribute North America wide. So all of you people in the United States, all you friendly local game stores, you could actually get stuff from us as well.
All right, so what have been some good movers and shakers here at the LRI booth for this show?
Well, the cool thing about LRI is that we brought all the stuff that you can't get other than at LRI, so the exclusive lines. So games like Bite Night from Zoc. The popular stuff, though, is really games like Pocket Poker. If you like lying, and I know you do, this is the game for you. The funny thing is that this is something that more Canadians watch.
Probably more
So all the Canadians out there, you probably see this in your store because most of the stores in Canada order Line Rampant some years ago. But the Americans, they might be going, what's the game? Oh, from the Canadians. We have exclusive license for a lot of the really interesting games from Zoc, from Spiel, and from the Belgian Spiel. So this one has been selling really well. I'd show you Riffraff, which is basically a giant township that you take stuff off of, but it can't be sold out. So that was really popular.
That's good news.
Yeah, that's good news for us. What else is really popular? Why don't you follow me to the demo booth for a second?
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go this way.
We're gonna see you come over here. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Sorry.
Aha.
Games like this, which is Castle Flutterstone. This is from Dramaturg's Spiel, and I don't know if you can see this, but I'll show it on this. There is a bat. You have little fabric bats, and you have a batapult. Well, that's what I call it. It sounds cool, but it's a catapult. It's really just an air bellows, and when I hit the air bellows, I don't know, you might not catch this on video, but as I do this, did you see that? The bat flies through the air and you score points based on where it lands. Like if it lands on one of the landing pads, you get 2 points. If you throw it through the window, you get 3 points. If it just lands on the table, you get 1 point. And if you hit a guy with a Codenames Duet shirt on, you get like 20 points. Nice, right? And so that's really all the game is. It's
I've never been worth 20 points before.
Right. But it's a super great game for families to play with young kids and old kids alike. And I bet the number of people that have played it said this would make a good drinking game. It's like astronomical. It's fairly significant. So that's this. That's awesome. Yeah, and that's this type of game has been very popular for us. Oh, and obviously, I don't know. Ghost Pitch. This has been a great seller as well. We only have a few copies left, so if you're at Origins from 207, and Ghost Pitch is one of the games from Summersfield that has been moving like the proverbial hotcakes.
And I warn you, with Ghost Blitz, your children will beat you at it every time.
It's a wonderful game where you're working at speed to visually interpret cards and see what is there, what's there. And as you switch in your head, the game becomes more and more fun. So this has been a prime move for us as well. Lots of good stuff.
All right. That's fantastic, Sen. Thank you very much for your time today.
No problem.
I appreciate it. And that's it for Stephane at Origins 2017. Cool. Bye for now.
Hi, I'm Tracy
Gaming Maven, one of the co-hosts of To Die For Games. I'm here at Origins 2017 with Indie Game Alliance. And who are we talking with today?
I'm Matt Holden. I'm Executive Director of IGA.
Wonderful. So, tell us a little bit quickly about what Indie Game Alliance does, who you are and what you do.
We're a guild of over 600 independent designers and publishers. We help out publishers with getting their games demoed, sold at conventions, help get them kickstarted, manufactured, things like that. We basically try to make every aspect of games creation just a little bit easier for our members.
Which is fantastic, because there's a lot of designers that just don't really know where to go and how to kind of get the process going. So it's really nice for a lot of people to get their games created. So, how has Origins 2017 been for you?
It's fantastic. This is our first Origins. We're thrilled to be here. We've waited on a waiting list for a long time. We're stoked to finally be up here checking out Ohio.
Wonderful. So, is there any particular games that you've just noticed been flying off the shelves, or ones that people have really been drawn to?
We've been finding a lot of folks have been looking at Honey Wars from Golden Seal. Thank you. Here we go.
Oh, bees.
Honey Wars. Yes, we're trying to keep building some honey hives here and make sure that we're protecting our hives. It's a bit of a resource management take that sort of all mechanics in one sort of game. It runs $20. So we've had a lot of luck with that. Ginger Dead House from Zafty Games has been doing fantastic as well.
I saw this one yesterday. This looks really cool.
Yeah, this is a tower defense card game where you're trying to protect your gingerbread house from the fairy tale monsters from Grimm's Fairy Tale. So these two and Starving Artists from Fairway 3.
I'll grab that. I'm over here. It's nice doing these for me.
Thank you, Vanna. So, Starving Artist, you're trying to paint by cube all the various masterpieces of Van Gogh and Monet. But you have to be quick about it, because if you run out of food, you will starve to death. So you don't want that to happen.
It's unfortunately way too real life.
Yeah, that is the thing. I've had more than one person say, I'm buying this for my artist friend because we're worried it might trigger her.
So, not to give away any spoilers, but is there anything that's kind of up and coming that you kind of want to talk about that you guys are working on?
Well, we're really excited that we're starting our micro distribution service. So now our minions, our volunteers, are going to be able to go out into game stores and help connect retailers directly to getting games sold into retail stores, so that games that maybe don't have enough copies left over after their Kickstarter to make it into traditional distribution will still be able to find their way into retail stores.
Wow. That's actually fantastic news. I'm glad you're able to do that. So, wonderful. Well, here we are at Origins 2017 with Indie Game Alliance. They're doing some wonderful things for the indie game community, so check them out if you can. Where can they find you?
IndieGameAlliance.com or Twitter at IndieGameAllies.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Marc, for talking to us today.
Thank you very much.
And that's all for now. Bye.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephane, the games teacher with To Die For Games, and I'm here at the Grand Gamers Guild with
Corinne Roberts.
Marc Specter. Jason Slingerland.
All right, so Marc, how's the show been for you guys so far?
The show has been extremely tiring, but otherwise excellent. We sold tons of stuff. We fulfilled lots of Kickstarters. Everyone loves the art on Unreal Estate and the gameplay on Unreal Estate and Stroop, and is excited about Pocket Out, which is on Kickstarter right now. So yeah, things are going amazingly well.
Okay, so Corinne, the art on Unreal Estate, that's your work?
Yes.
Fantastic work.
Thank you.
What inspired you?
I inspire.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, maybe not. Okay.
Marc I had known him from a convention that I did, and this was the first time that I had illustrated a card game, but he was familiar with my watercolors. So when he approached me, he asked, like, hey, would you be interested in a game with cities? And I was very distinct to say, with my style, I don't do buildings like real architectural. They kind of have leans and curves and stuff, and I don't know if that's a good fit. And he's like, no, that's what we're going for. So yeah, from there, Unreal Estate happened. It was great to work with Marc and Jason, but doing the artwork was also, they gave me a lot of leeway, like a lot of freedom to do the coloring and stuff that I wanted, which is important in watercolor. So it was a great experience.
So Jason, how different is the final product of Unreal Estate from when you first started or imagined it? At the start of the game design process.
The gameplay is actually pretty darn close to where we started at, because it's a simple game with some pretty simple core mechanics. So yeah, the first iteration doesn't look that much different. Well, it looks a lot different than it did without Corinne's art, but a lot of it has just been adding in the special cards that we came up with along the way, and that's what's really changed. But the core mechanics of the game, for the most part, have won unchanged.
Okay.
So,
And it's had good reception at the show so far?
Oh yeah, everyone stops and looks. I say the artwork brings them through the door and the gameplay closes it behind them.
Okay. So quickly tell us about Stroop.
Okay, so Stroop is sort of a brain-bending game based on an actual thing called the Stroop effect, where when you see the word yellow, say written in the color red, your brain has to, it's like a little mental hiccup you have to get over. So every word has 4 dimensions, and you have to get rid of your cards as fast as you can, kind of overcoming all those mental hiccups as you do it.
Okay, so who's the designer for Stroop?
Jonathan Chaffer, he's a friend and resident in Grand Rapids, where I live. And when I signed the game, I actually told him, I'm not looking for another card game. I have a card game. And I said, but I'll look at it. And it was a mind-blown situation. There was no question. I took like a week, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready for another card game. This is it.
That's awesome. I've had a chance to play both. I've really enjoyed both games. Stroop was a bit of a mind bender.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty sharp guy, but even I was like, wait, am I doing it this way or that way? And the 2 rounds are the 2.
They're exactly opposite of one
They're
another.
exactly opposite, and I was always doing them exactly backwards. I just need to learn to think in the opposite direction. So, Marc, what's coming up next from Grand Gamers Guild?
All right, so we have Pocket Ops on Kickstarter now. I'm not sure exactly when you're going to drop this, but as of today, there are 9 days left. And then we have 2 other games in the works. One is called Colonies of Venus, which is sort of a dice placement game, and then is a cooperative game called Endangered, about saving endangered species.
Great. All right, and when do we expect those will be hitting the show? Kickstarter.
In an ideal world, we will see Colonies of Venus towards the end of this year and Endangered early next.
Sounds good. Thank you very much for your time, everyone.
Thank you, man.
I wish you guys all success. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi everyone, Tracy, the Gaming Maven here at Origins 2017, and I am here with
Sean from CMON Games. Yes.
Wonderful. So Sean, how has the show been for you guys?
Really, really great show. We had a large demo area, and it's been like Origins gets better every year. So we had tons of people playing games, playing tournaments, doing learn and play. So like pretty steady stream of people throughout the entire show. So really good for us.
Every time I walk by, it was pretty full. So that's great.
Yeah. I mean, we love coming to Columbus. We love seeing all the people coming out. So yeah, great show for us.
Nice. So are there some games that you say are really hot right now? People are really wanting to play.
For sure. Yeah. First one I want to talk about Gakkido.
Gakkido, I don't know this one.
This one, so it is the future, and the sport of the future is bot battle. So this is Gakkido bot battles, and Gakkido is the arena where you are going to control your bot to take on the other bots in the arena, and you'll roll dice, try to put in attack commands, and beat the crud out of them. Yeah, only one bot left standing, and that's going to be the winner of Gakkido. So very fun, straightforward, simple game, but like good for like just having a laugh with.
Wonderful. So I'm sure there's more than just one game that was pretty popular.
Oh, the next one I want to talk about is Modern Art.
I love art.
Yeah. So this is the reprint of the Reiner Knizia Classic. So this one is like the godfather of all art or all auction games. So you get into the high stakes world of art auctions, and you are going to put different works of art up for sale, and everybody else is going to auction for it. And whoever has earned the most money for their museum at the end of the game is the winner, just like in real life.
Fantastic. I couldn't be a museum connoisseur in real life, so I can in a game. That's great.
It's awesome.
All right, so I know you have one more for us. And this one I got to play last year at Gen Con, so I'm very excited about this one.
Yeah, this one's great. This one was kind of like, it's been a sleeper hit for us. Like, there has been a little slow growing buzz for it, and it has just exploded here at Origins. So in Ethnos, the 12 tribes of Ethnos have been spread across the 6 kingdoms, and you have to work to reunite them under one rule. So in terms of gameplay, very simple and straightforward. It's like taking cards into your hand and then forming them into bands and playing them to gain control of different parts of the board. So it's the new one by Paolo Mori with art from John Howe, and we're really excited about this one too.
Fantastic. So as you can see, CMON's got some wonderful games that are also great for pretty much anyone. You don't have to have big tables for some of these games. I know some of them are a little smaller, right? So.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, we have always been known for our miniatures games, and we love those big box games. They are our bread and butter, and we're always going to do those sorts of games. However, we're kind of like spreading out into some different areas and trying on some different themes to explore those different parts of the market. So that's been very fun too.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Sean, for talking with us today.
Thank you.
And keep a lookout for all these games and other stuff from Cool Mini CMON Games. Bye for now.
Bye.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephane Lebeau, the games teacher with To Die For Games, and I'm here at Origins 2017 at the Eagle-Gryphon Games demo area with special guest Vital Lacerda.
Hello Stephane, are you
Hi
okay?
Vital, how are you? So, tell us about this game that you came over here to demonstrate for Eagle-Gryphon Games. What is it called?
Well, the game is called Lisboa. It's about my hometown.
So very important for you.
I wouldn't say important, but it's a team that I really like because I born in Lisboa and I still live there. So.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the game. Why Lisboa? Why do you focus on this?
Well, because Lisboa have a really interesting story. Lisboa has a lot of years. It was or still is a medieval city, but it suffers a big disaster in 1755.
Okay.
Precisely 1 November of 1755.
Okay.
It was All Saints Day.
Okay.
Many people at the church with lighted candles. And a big earthquake totally destroyed most of the city of Lisboa. Okay. And then, since people are at the churches with a lot of candles open, the candles start to fall down and they suffer 3 days of fires. To complete the disaster, it is not only that, it was a complete disaster because a tsunami came from the sea over the river and wipe out all the rest of the city. People that were just ran out from the earthquake near to the river, end up.
Now they drowned.
Yeah, they drowned on the river. So it was really a few weeks of terrible days to all the people of the city, but 3 of these guys, 3 of the most important persons in that time, decided that they should rebuild a new city.
Okay.
The city was really old, very dirty, medieval city with narrow streets, very dirty. So they decided to rebuild a completely new and modern city, very organized, with like you see in this board. If you notice all these, I don't know if you can see, but all these designs here, the orange drawings, is original map from that time, is the original plan or blueprints that was used to rebuild the city.
And you've printed that underneath the game board?
On the game. Because I wanted to show part of the board really messed up, because after all the city was destroyed.
So the game takes place after the disaster?
After the disaster.
Okay, and now we're rebuilding.
Right, it's precisely what the players want to do with this game.
Okay.
You want to rebuild the city, and you also want to develop your business by rebuilding the city.
So how do we win? What is the goal of the game?
The goal of the game is to win the most wigs as possible.
Okay.
So
the wigs.
The wigs. The wigs was.
I could use one.
Yeah. You can no, you don't need. No, not in our time. So, but the wigs were very important. So I want to increase to give a little bit of humor, because the theme is very dark, right?
Sure.
So, but it was not my intention. I want the game to be positive.
Okay.
So by introducing a little bit of humor, because the wigs at that time was very important to show how wealthy and rich the person was. So the player with the most wigs wins the game. Okay. So there are other positive stuff in the game, positive things that you can do in the game, like everybody was unemployed because everything is destroyed, no job. So the Marquis de Pombal and the engineer with the king, when decided to rebuild all the public buildings around the city, start to giving jobs to the persons. And one of the actions of the game is to use the persons that are waiting for the jobs to run the building. So, and the player who, at the end of the game, the player who hired more people, he gets more wigs at the end of the play.
Interesting. Very nice. It's a beautiful looking game.
So Vital, can you give us a brief overview of the actions players can take on the player board?
So the players can play cards in their player boards. If they play cards on the top, they are increasing the influence they have to visit the nobles in the game. And if they play the cards in the bottom of the player board, they are increasing their economy. Okay, because these cards brings discounts and money for you. So you are also determining the pacing of the game by completing rows of rubble that are building your walls and improving the number of cards you can place in the player boards. Okay, other things that you have in your player board is that you can build an engine by placing powers of the church also to change the rules of the game. This is very cool part of the game. Okay. In the player board you can hold different goods, the board of the different goods of the game, but you can also, when you play a card in your portfolio, you can also take two different actions. One of the best actions is to sell your goods to the ships, because the ships are the representation of the trading in the game. But the cool thing is that you can sell to your ships, but you don't have to sell to your ships. You can also sell goods to the ships of the other players. But when the ship is filled, the ship is full, the ship immediately sails away, and this is the representation, the ship on the sea, the ship at the sea. So, and the owner of the ship will get points for that because he's delivering the goods. And when the turn of the player returns again, it simply discards the goods, and the ship is available again. So this is a nice the way to show that the ship goes away and come back.
So tell us a bit about the construction of the player board.
So the player board is almost a work of art. So because the production of this player board have 3 layers of cardboards. The first layer allows you to place the cubes in the right places without them to fall or go away. And they also built a layer under to allow to the cards to
stop,
just slip under the board, and they also stop. So I can push the cards and you see the player board moving. So this player board is
really well designed.
Really well designed and very different from anything made until now, at least as I know.
That's excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
We have a little bit delays on the game, on delivery, precisely because of the complex production of the player boards.
Yeah, I imagine it would make it prone to warping if it was getting too humid.
Yes, and the goods will be, the games will be shipped by in the ocean inside containers, so they came from China. So the ones who fly here doesn't have any problem, they are wonderful, but when they went to the sea, you know, water and cardboard are not very good friends. So we decided that we had to change the manufacturing process, and it's improved right now, so the game will be ready in a couple of months.
All right. It's a very fantastic looking game. I really enjoy your enthusiasm in talking about the game. You're obviously very passionate about this.
I am.
Is this your most important game to date for you personally?
Well,
because
yes,
it's about your hometown?
Yeah, it's about my hometown, the city where I live, and I think it's I always try to place a good team around my game, so I start to build the game from the team. But this time, and I think it's the first time I do it, I'm building the game not just around the team, but around the history of Lisboa, that ends up by being my hometown and have an interesting story. And helps me a lot to getting all the information I need. For instance, all the buildings are representations from the buildings on downtown, and all the public buildings that you have here that was reconstructed at that time are real. So you can, if you go to Lisbon someday, you just take the tiles and try to visit all the buildings in the game, because they exist and they are there.
They are really there.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Okay, well, I'd like to thank you for your time today.
Okay, thank you very much.
It was a fantastic time
me.
interviewing you, and really looking forward to playing this game. This looks amazing. I've loved all of your other games. I own several of them already.
Oh, that's
Still
good.
waiting
Thank
for
you very
another one,
much.
but really looking forward to Lisboa. So look for Lisboa from Eagle-Gryphon Games, from Vital Lacerda. Once again, thanks for watching today.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, Tracy, the Gaming Maven here. I'm at Origins 2017 and I'm here with...
Peter.
And Peter, who are you with?
I'm from CGE and I'm working closely with the author of this game, which is Pulsar.
Wonderful. So tell us a little bit about Pulsar. What is it?
Basically, it's a space exploring game, but it's about more based on Euro-style mechanisms.
Okay.
And you are just traveling around the universe and you are trying to build some factories and mining some pulsars.
Wonderful. Now I noticed there are dice here.
Yeah.
It's a dice drafting a bit, right?
You know, basically you can roll your dice and see what happens. But in this game, you're rolling the dice at the start of the turn, then you need to sort them, and these dice are much valuable to you, so you can fly really far away in the universe.
Nice.
These are not that good because it's just one, so you can go just
very little
behind the corner or something like this. And this is a really, really interesting moment because you can develop a lot of technologies. You have own technology tree which you can use during the game.
Nice.
You can also use one of these which are double-sided, and during the setup you can choose which one you want to use during your game. So you have tons of options where to spend the dice. Yes. And that's basically what you are doing.
Okay.
During your turn you are choosing which dice you want and then you spend them.
Nice.
So the first question, what you can have. So I will take all the sixes because they are the best. Yeah.
Usually you'd want it, right?
Yeah, but there's always a prize, and in this game is a prize. So you can move on these two tracks. The first one is basically the turn order. So if you will be back, of course you can suffer even more because you can lost some victory points at the end.
I see that.
Yeah, but it's basically turn order. So you can choose this one, but maybe next turn you will be the last player.
Okay,
so you will have the less choices here.
Yes.
So you can choose this one or one of these on this side of the board, and you will move on opposite direction, so you will have some advantage.
Okay.
And that can be the turn order, and that can be also some resources. These are engineering cubes, and you can spend them to make some more powerful actions during the game, and also at the end of the game you can spend them for the victory points.
Wonderful. Now, you were mentioning these are double-sided and you have tech trees, so that means there's a lot of replayability, correct?
Yes, that's we are trying. Of course, if you take a look, everything what you can see is just a prototype, okay?
Yes.
It can change and the real production will be different. These are handmade with the scissors by me.
A lot of cutting, apparently.
Yeah.
They still look good. The art is still very beautiful, so even if I love the moons and the planets, and it really kind of comes together nicely, it seems.
Yeah, and the replayability, as you can see, these are shuffled.
Okay.
Then you are dealing them on the board, and during the game, when you are traveling around, you can flip them over and see what's there. Maybe there are some planets, you can land them and make have some advantage from that. So maybe you will build some factories easier in the future.
Nice. And I know that this game, the way it ends, depends upon how fast the players play, right? So that's really kind of cool.
That's another interesting thing inside this game, because you know, this is the dice, all of them, and that's basically luck, and it can happen. You will have a lot of sixes, so everyone will have chance to do something really powerful during the game.
Yeah.
But this marker will go much
Quicker.
faster on this track, and this is basically determination when the game ends. So when this marker leaves this board, the game ends, and it's time to count some victory points. So maybe we will have more powerful actions during the game, but the game ends sooner.
So there's a lot of balancing mechanisms in this, that you do this, but this is going to happen. Right?
Yes.
So that's wonderful.
We have dice, but basically there isn't much luck inside.
Nice.
So maybe you will have a lot of less powerful actions, but you will play more turns during your game.
Very nice.
And it can be on the other side.
So when is the kind of general expected, when do you think this is going to be out for?
We are hoping for end of the year. So after the SM, it should be released at the SM, and of course it should be available after that here in States, for example.
Wonderful. Well, I know I got a chance to play this early on in this convention, and I absolutely loved it. So I think just with the art finishing, it's going to just get better from here. So thank you very much, Peter, for letting us know about this game. And
it was a pleasure.
Check it out when it comes out, hopefully later in the year or beginning of next year. And with that, we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.